guys, it's Rachel from Desert Blossom Crafts here. Today I want to show you how to attach loops onto crochet ornaments. This is something that's really easy to do. It kind of just seems like common sense, but there actually are a few different ways to do it, especially some ways that will help you not have as many ends to weave in, and that's the one I'm really excited to show you today. Overall, I will show you two different methods that are really easy to do, so let's get right into it. I'm going to show you how to do the first method on this tree ornament. You'll want to use this method anytime you have an ornament where the end where you fastened off is exactly where you want the loop to be. So in this case, that is definitely true, right? We fastened off at the tip and we want our loop to be right at the tip. So this is the method that will save you time on weaving in ends, because you will be able to use this last end as the hanger and then weave it in rather than using a whole other strand on top of it. So I've just threaded my yarn needle through this. You do want to make sure and leave a good amount of yarn on the end if you're going to use this method. Now what we're going to do first of all is make the loop the size we want it. So once you tie the knot, it's done for you. You can't change the size. So make sure you like the size. I'm just going to do mine about like this. So once you have a size that you like, you're just going to take your needle and thread it through the very tip top where you want the hanger to go. So I'm just doing it right at the very tip of the tree, and then I'm going to bring it through and make sure to keep that loop the size I want. So you actually can adjust it here. We haven't tied the knot yet. Once we tie the knot, you won't be able to adjust it, but at this point you can adjust it to the size you want. So that's step one, bringing it through. Now step two, we're going to take it now. So this yarn is on the right side. I'm going to take it through the back and bring it around like this, okay? And then next, I'm going to keep going around one more time. Here we go. So now we want it to be so that it's wrapped all the way around and we have it wrapped even right here at the front. And now the yarn is on the left side, right? And now it's time to do the knot. So in order to make this knot, we're going to go underneath this loop that we just made and then behind the right side of the ornament loop. So let me show you that a little bit closer up. So here, hang on, here is the loop we've wrapped around. We're going underneath it and through the back. Okay, so now we're going to pull this. Now this is where it gets a little bit delicate. So this is where the knot is going to get tied, and you want to, as you pull it tight, it will tie into a knot, and you want to make sure that you're just holding it in just the right spot so that you get the knot right where you want it. So just keep tightening it, and there you have it. So that part, like I said, if you're not making sure that it's coming down right where you want it, the knot can end up right here. So you want to make sure that you're just holding it nice and tight towards here while you pull it so it gets in just the right spot. So that is method number one. At this point you would just weave in this end and that would be all you have to do. Making the loop is literally just a part of weaving in the last end. So let's jump right into method two now. Method two you're going to want to use when you don't have an end right in the place where you want the loop. So for example, this star only has an end here and an end in the center. So if you liked it hanging this way, you could weave it up to here and then do the loop. But sometimes I find with stars, like one point just looks better at the top, like this one, than the one where you fastened off. So this is where it's totally up to you, but there will be times where you just don't have an end in the right place to use method one, and that is when method two comes in. So I'm going to attach a loop to this point right here, and I'm just going to use a different colored yarn so you can see what I'm doing well, since this is silver. So go ahead and thread your yarn needle first of all. Once you've got that threaded, we're just going to take the star and go through where we want the loop to be, so about there, and just pull it through to about halfway. So mine is pretty long, but you just want to have a good amount on either side. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and tie it in a knot right where I want the loop to be. So this is where you adjust your knot this time. Make sure the loop is the size you want it. I'm going to do it about there. I'm just going to tie it in a simple knot. Right, like that. Now, of course, that is very obvious, but we want to get rid of that knot, right? So in order to do that, we're just going to pull the knot down to the bottom. And then what we would do is just weave in these ends so that we hide the knot. So that's actually going to be tricky to do with this yarn, but if you use the same yarn, this is a lighter weight yarn, the knot will be a lot smaller, and so you can just kind of hide it in the back and then weave these ends in. So I would do like one down this side and then one down the other side, and that knot would just be hidden in the back, or you can also even hide it in between, even on the side. If it's not that big, that will work too. So that is extremely simple. We're just tying the knot at the top and then bringing it down to the bottom and hiding it when we weave in the ends. So of course this will give you 2 extra ends to weave in, but sometimes that is just what is necessary to do. So as you make different ornaments, you will find that it's a little bit different for every single one. For example, sometimes you'll have to go inside something that is 3-dimensional. In this case, you actually can do like a large knot and then bring it up, or you can do it the same way and just weave through the top of the hat, and then once you finish it, you'll have to hide the knot below. Each ornament will just be a little different because they're made in different ways. But overall, those 2 methods should work really well. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about them. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I would be happy to answer. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and come subscribe. I am doing tutorials actually for all these ornaments, and they are all going to be free patterns on the blog, as well as an ebook full of a bunch of them, and I would love for you to check those out. So I'll leave some videos here for you to check out next if you want to make these cute ornaments. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!